Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, from where you are. This is MARGO, Erin MUSAU, and I'm your presenter today. I'm a teacher educator, English language and special needs education professional, and author. I'm also a Microsoft Innovative Educator, expert class of 2024 to 2025, and also this year 2025 to 2026. I'm currently the country ambassador of IELTA Kenya, and I'm delighted to work with Namala from IELTA Malaysia. Today, I want to explore how we can bring green technology and plant-based learning into our classrooms. As a teacher educator and someone passionate about plants, I think I'm so much obsessed with them, especially when it comes to indoor plants. I've seen how much students also engage when learning is hands on hands and connected to nature. We are going to explore Agritech in education, which is your theme today, and how technology can help us monitor and care for plants, link uh, linking this to data and make lessons meaningful. The entire session has been inspired by Good Natured Learning, which is a website that supports teachers in connecting students with nature. Now, as I start on, I would like you to think for a moment, what plans do you already have at home or school, and how could they become part of learning? Now, here we're going to look at why this matters, and we live in a time where sustainable food systems, green technology, uh, and environmental education and increasingly important. Good nurtured learning works with teachers to integrate nature into schools, turning lessons into experiences and not just content. Now, for classrooms here in Kenya, and including our schools and farms, also from the photos, most of the photos I'll be sharing are from my farms, that is in Machakos and in Kilungu. Kilungu is in Makueni. And we combine local plants, agri-tech, and the curriculum in meaningful ways in the classroom. Now, just imagine a classroom where students monitor plant growth with sensors, predict watering needs, record data for analysis, maybe learning the science or the maths through living plants. That's what Agritech allows in general. Now, in this slide, we're going to look at what is Agritech. Now, Agritech stands for, for agricultural technology. Essentially, it's using tools or systems to grow plants and farm more efficiently and sustainably. Now, in education, this might include sensors, smart irrigation, mobile apps, or data tracking. It's about linking plants, growth, and data, giving students a real, measurable connection to what they are learning. Now, for example, a moisture sensor can tell you when to water. Students could record the data, analyze the patterns, and predict growth outcomes. Now, like from the photos, I've shared the soil meter where you can measure, and I've also shared some photos of the plant growth, like you can look at all the, in just a natural way, how the plants are growing. And then the other photo is my farm. That's more to do with irrigation. Yeah, and have you used any digital tool in your garden or in your classroom? Think about how that data could change your care for plants. More of my plants and school garden contexts. Here, some of the plants are from the garden. I think you can see the big zucchini, Then there are some seedlings there, more of maize, and there's a huge farm of watermelon. That was last season. And I normally go with seasonal plants. Like for the maize and the beans, we look at the rainy seasons. But other plants like the vegetables, cabbages, kale, spinach, broccoli, all those we do drip irrigation that helps in that. So I can say plants demonstrate life cycles, environmental needs, and scientific principles in the real time. With simple sensors, students can also track soil moisture, nutrients, and growth rates. And it really helps also not having a monotony in the classroom when students go outside and explore. They even enjoy the lessons better and also have good memory in remembering the sessions that they've had. Now, from the slide, we have example, a simple sensor in the soil tells us what when watering is needed, reduces water waste, saves cost, yeah, and gives students a real data linked to what their plants are doing. Now, in our next slide is about why Agritech is important, both for schools and students, and also at home. And when students work with real plants and technology, abstract concepts become tangible. They learn about efficiency and sustainability using resources wisely and reducing wastes. Like for instance, the watering, you can maybe think of drip irrigation or splash irrigation, and also maybe bringing up your own seedlings to be able to plant them. And for the skill building, the students gain data literacy, the tech usage, and agriculture knowledge, useful for future careers. You'll find that people who have been into the agriculture classes, maybe after school, they end up becoming good farmers. So that's a good way also to create career to the students by encouraging them to continue. Now, in relevance, like from the Kenyan context and globally, food security, climate resilience, sustainable farming matter, bringing this into educational ready learners. Then the nature connection, aligning again with the good learning mission that I mentioned in the start of the session. uh, its main aim is to connect students and teachers and the planet through nature-based learning, which is also something that I'm doing at the moment with also the learners that I come across with, the teachers that are on the main forums, and also my children at home. I like nurturing them to continue working in the farms and know about the importance of agri-tech in the society. Now, maybe I can give you with a thought. I can leave you with a thought. How would your students respond if they could see the impact of their decisions on plant growth every day? How to track plant growth and reduce production costs. Now, with simple sensors, students can track soil, moisture, nutrients, and growth rates. For example, if the sensor shows the soil is dry, students know to water, reducing waste, saving costs, and giving them data to interpret. Now, from the photos, when you look at them, one of the photo I'm showing my workmates. They were also my former students in the teacher training college. They had come to visit. So I'm showing them the cows around, and we save the manure to use on the farms instead of using fertilizer. That helps in also reducing the cost. Then, if you have small spaces, you can use sacks for your plants so as to save water and grow vegetables. You don't need to buy vegetables when you can already plant them in the house or outside your compound. The other one is a passion fruit plant that I've also used a sack to plant in. Then improvising of containers. The containers that you see are just from cooking oil, that's cowboy in Kenya. and I just remove the wrapper, wash them, and do my indoor plants. So even indoor plants are a good way for your house. Like I used to be asthmatic. I think now I'm healed completely because the last time I had an attack was 2020, and that's the year that I started keeping my indoor plants. They create a very nice environment and do away with all toxins. So ensure you get yourself some indoor plants for that purpose. You can start with a snake plant. It is the easiest to take care of. And for measuring the rate of the water and all that, you can just use your fingers. When you ensure the soil is completely dry, that's when you can add water. You can water them. Like for instance, I have here just one plant here. This is a cactus tree, a cactus plant. It's called ball cactus. I don't know whether you're seeing it. Okay, there. Yeah. So like for this one, I can water even once a month. You just touch the soil. If it's dry completely, that's when you are able to um, water it. Yeah. So the indoor plants also really work for us so well. Now, the others are the tools that I was talking about, the sensor ones. You can always get them being sold around. Yeah. Then integrating Agritech into the curriculum. Now, um, Agritech can be woven into multiple subjects. For instance, we have science, maths, ICT, geography, environment, English literature, and which is English literacy, which is my path, and also cross-disciplinary project idea. So, for instance, for science, you can have observing plant like biology, photosynthesis, and soil health. Then for maths, we can have graphing growth, calculating the resource savings, analyzing the trends. Then ICT and technology, you can have logging data, use apps or microcontrollers like Arduino. I hope I'm pronouncing the same, but okay, the other one you can say maybe Raspberry Pi. They are so advanced for the advanced classes, that is. Then we have also the environment, geography, climate, local agriculture, sustainability. And lastly, English. We can have the learners reporting, journaling, and also presenting the findings in the classroom. For the practical steps for our school content, these photos are not mine, but they are more of what I was thinking about. Starting small, choosing the technology that you're going to use, um, plan students' roles. Maybe you can group them into work and have one representative doing the session and recording all the findings that they get. Then also linking it to the curriculum, like this schedule the data collection within the class. Like if it's a science or ICT class, use the results from the maths and the write up in English. Then reflect and it, iterate at the end of the cycle, compare the cost of the water, the plant health with baseline students present findings. Then the scale up. One successful increased number of plants, include more sensors, the light, nutrient, and link with local agriculture contexts, that is the Kenya cropping systems. Then share and connect. Make it visible in the school community, display live data, invite even parents and for the community to see the smart gardening the learners are doing. You can even combine it with the project-based learning, where they even start earning or maybe going out to a market time. And this reminds me, when we are doing the Horn by British Council project, we also tackled on this, and we would find most learners would miss school because of the market day. So initiating this and showing that you can actually do a project based, like plant vegetables and go and sell them on that market day, will encourage learners to be able to come to school and also attend the market. And in the market, they'll be able to again link to the curriculum whereby they can use the maths in knowing the calculations, the profits, and also for the English, you can maybe have a vocabulary of what they are selling, and they come later in the class and write what they experienced, and maybe give them a topic like for a composition essay where they're going to use this. So students could also design a mini smart garden. They will select plants, giving them their own way of planning and all that. When you let them explore, they even get more entertained. Then also they will be able to choose the sensors, schedule monitoring. Maybe they can do in turns. If this week this group A did, next week group B does. So they also have the role as a classroom. Then the collecting of the data, and late afterwards they present the results. So by combining all these plans and technology, we make learning practical, meaningful, and quite engaging. Now we have some challenges and considerations to make, like access to, to technology. I'm sure most of the schools, like in the rural area, you'll find maybe they don't have internet, or maybe they don't have electricity. So some sensors may not apply, and they may need reliable power or internet. Then the cost. Initial cost of sensors setup may be significant. However, cost savings over time can offset. Then maintenance. The sensors need calibration, and plants require care. Students and teachers need schedules. Just as I've said, you can have the groups working on them different times, and you'll be able to manage your time and the maintenance well. Then teacher capacity. Educators need training in using the sensor data plant monitoring. Aligning with good natured learning approach by building teacher capacity is valuable. So that's the link there where you'll be able to see this. Um, I'll have shared it before I finish the session. You can always get a lot to do if you've not trained about these all plans and the technology. Then data literacy. Students may need scaffolding to interpret graphs and data meaningfully. Then local adaptations. Now, these are choosing plants and technologies appropriate for our climate. For instance, in Machakos and Kilungu, where I've been farming, you can't compare. Like in Machakos, when you go to Moa Hills, you'll find the place is very nice. The weather is conducive, and any plant can grow there. But when you come back again to a place like Kadome, the ecosystem is more of zero fight. That's why I was saying those we have to wait for the seasonal rain, short and long rains to plant maybe maize and beans. But if you can do irrigation well and good, you'll be able to have such plans. And so, yeah, lastly, the resource context. I've come to my uh, conclusion of this session, and I can say Agritech allows us to teach students both care for the environment and digital literacy. Every plant they monitor is a lesson in either science, in maths, technology, and in all, in general, responsibility. Because if you're told to take care of this plant, that child will be able to be responsible and know after maybe during my break time, I won't play. Instead, I'll just go and maybe water that plant. Or even in the evening, they'll be able to do the work when they are free. So, our role as a teacher or educator, you have to lead this as a pilot, involve students, document results, and share experience. Then students gain the real world skills, engage deeply, and our school community benefits, and in also the society around. Because, like, if you're in a dry place like Machakos or Kitui, you'll find these children engaging more and even having more practical ways showing the community how to do these plants. Then calling for action. We should launch out smart gardens at our homes, have projects in the schools, select plans that require sensors, assign student teams, schedule monitoring, integrate across all subjects. Let's connect with good natured learning for support or inspiration. Their nature based learning models give us a strong foundation. Together, we plant seeds for both plants and young minds. Thank you so much for listening. This is the end of my session, my presentation, and I must take this opportunity to mention a few people, and I'll start with the Microsoft Innovative Educator Expert, where I'm a class in the class of 2024 to 2025, and also this year, and that is courtesy of Felix Kimaku and Dennis Amolo. And they're the ones who invited us to join the forum, and they took us through the training, and I've been doing so many courses from the website. I really thank them for that, and I would urge all teachers to join MIEE. There's so much. It is full of resources where you can always learn and teach. Then I also want to thank Emmanuel Kip, who is from LPAC, which is our country association. He's the one who shared with me the link for good nurtured learning, and it supports teachers in connecting with students with nature. That's the link down there. Then lastly, let me thank Namala for giving me the opportunity to share my expertise with you, teachers and educators. 200 teachers is one of my huge audience. I'm not still believing that I'm doing this. And after that, the other one was from Pakistan University, which was still, I was invited by the IELTA Pakistan. And I'm really humbled, and I believe we shall have something that we've learned from this presentation and make it practical. Let's have our next term with good farms, good class projects, initiate all that, and you'll have a good presentations in your classroom. Thank you so much. So those are the resources and the galleries. Some photos are not mine. The ones with the students I took from the Africa Solution Media Project Hub, and also the sensor tools are from also the website. Yeah, if you want to reach me for more, there is my email. Thank you so much. Bye.